Learn AI from scratch, artificial intelligence and machine learning explained for beginners.
Hello and welcome. So, let's talk about artificial intelligence. It can feel like this massive, kind of intimidating subject, right? But what if I told you there's a clear, step-by-step path to the top, and it's designed for absolute beginners? Let's figure out where you can actually begin. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? You see AI everywhere, in your phone, in your car. You hear about things like ChatGPT, and it's easy to feel like you're already way behind. But don't worry, feeling a little overwhelmed is normal, and you are in exactly the right place to get started. Okay, first things first, let's just clear the air and bust some common myths. You absolutely do not need to be some kind of math genius, you don't need a PhD, and you don't even need a coding background to start. Seriously, that's probably the biggest misconception out there. So, with those myths out of the way, how do we start? Well, we start by zooming out. Instead of jumping straight into a bunch of complex code and getting lost, we're going to build a solid foundation by looking at the big picture first. No crazy jargon, just simple, clear ideas. So what is AI at its core? Really, it's just about making machines that can think, learn, and make decisions, kind of like we do. You see it all the time. When YouTube suggests a video you actually want to watch, or when Google Maps figures out the fastest route home. That's AI in action. Right. So if AI is the big goal, then machine learning, or ML, is one of the main ways we actually get there. And this is a huge deal. See, we don't write thousands of specific rules for the computer anymore. Instead, we just feed it a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns all by itself. This spam filter example shows the difference perfectly. The old way was what we call rule-based. You'd literally write a rule. If an email says free money, it's spam. But the machine learning way is totally different. You show the computer millions of emails, some spam, some not, and it just learns. It learns what spam looks like. It's so much more powerful. So, understanding how these pieces fit together is super important. Think of it like this. Artificial intelligence is the whole big field of study. Machine learning is a way to achieve AI, and then deep learning is a really powerful advanced technique inside of machine learning. They're like those Russian nesting dolls, one fitting right inside the other. Okay, so we've got the map of the world, right? We know what AI is, we know what ML is, we see how they're related. That gives us a structure. Now for the really exciting part. Let's look at the actual route, the step-by-step plan that's going to take you from knowing nothing to building your own stuff. And here it is. We're talking about a 50-day journey. And look, this isn't about studying for years on end. This is about taking small, consistent, manageable steps, maybe 30 to 45 minutes a day, broken down into really simple parts. And here's how that journey is structured. The first week, days 1 through 7, is all about building that AI foundation. Then, we'll get our hands dirty with some Python basics. After that, just enough intuitive math, I promise, nothing scary, before we dive into the core of machine learning. And we'll finish up by exploring deep learning and the kinds of AI systems you hear about today. So, why go through all this? What's the payoff? Well, it's not about just learning theory. It's about getting real, actual skills that are incredibly valuable. Let's take a look at what you'll really be able to do after these 50 days. You won't just know about AI, you'll actually understand how it works. You'll be able to code in Python, you'll build your own machine learning models from scratch, and you'll finally get how things like ChatGPT really function under the hood. You'll be totally ready for more intermediate stuff in AI or data science. Okay, a 50-day journey can sound like a lot, but how does any big journey start? It's simple, right? It starts with day 1. So let's make this real and actionable right now. Let's break down what that very first step actually looks like. So the goals for day 1 are super clear and simple. And here's the cool part. We've pretty much covered all of these things right here, right now. You're already on your way. You've basically already started day 1. So let's circle back to the most important thing I want you to remember. Let's just say it one more time. You do not need to be a math genius. You do not need a PhD. You do not need to be a coder. Forget those myths. This isn't some exclusive club. So what do you actually need? Just 3 things. You need curiosity, to keep asking why and how. You need consistency, to just show up for a little bit each day. And you need a willingness to practice and play with what you're learning. If you've got that, you have everything you need to crush this. The path is all laid out for you. The first step couldn't be clearer. And the end goal? It's totally within your reach. Your journey can literally start this second. So the only real question left is, are you ready? So where's this from? It's all coming from the channel Learn with Praveen.